Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and welcome to the New Card Report, the video I make sometimes when there are too many new cards to fit into a regular update, and because more videos helps the algorithm. Just being honest. Now, full disclosure, I'm testing a new microphone now, and if this is what I need to do to make it sound good, and I can't look towards the camera to make it sound good, let's just say I'm taking the mic out back and doing what needs to be done because I'm not ready for the emotional damage of investing money into another mic just for it to be bad. Okay, it's gonna be. We've received the full set list for Photon Hypernova now, and we know the last few world premiere cards that are going to be coming in the set. So, with only 5 more to go ahead and call me Philip DeFranco, and let's just jump into it. Up next is contender for favorite card of one Craig Fee himself, Minairuka, a level 4 fish monster. This monster can quick effect summon itself from the hand when a water monster effect is activated, which is some nice extension for water decks. And there's the bonus fact that it can banish a fish, sea serpent, or aqua type monster from your field in order to target one card on the opponent's field and negate its effects until the end of the opponent's turn. The second effect is decent. Able to negate any card is cool, which means you can turn off a floodgate for a turn. Which floodgates are you going to be able to meaningfully play around when you can put 2 monsters on board? I don't know. Tickboo? Anti-spell? Really, the negate would be a lot better if it were a quick effect, or if it could banish from the grave. Yeah, it could be a lot better, but this guy's cute, so give him a pass. Give him a pass, okay? And then there's almost certainly the fact that it's really just going to be an extender for water decks to make an easy Bahamut Shark to go into Toad, or maybe a Kraken. But hey, I mean, Goatee can use this, which is notable. And you know what? Good card for if a bit underwhelming. Let's all just admire the fact that it's cute as shit and move on. Up next is Orphable. Up next is Orphable, the harmonious bullfighter bard. A name inspired by the same guy who comes up with DDD names, I can only assume. This is a new piece of chaos support that will maybe pair well with the new chaos cards in Photon Hypernova already. This one has to be summoned from the hand by banishing 4 monsters from your hand or graveyard, 2 light and 2 dark. And no, they don't let you Machina Fortress banish itself for the cost because Konami are cowards and they live in fear of a 2011 card design? Pathetic. Well, it takes twice as much to get out as BLS does, so it better do twice as much. Its effects are as follows. It'll gain 1,000 attack for each monster banished from the hand that you use to summon it, and can attack monsters a number of times up to the number of monsters banished from the graveyard to summon it. And also whatever it runs over in battle is banished. Now, it does start with 3,000 attack, so it could maybe, conceivably be a cheeky push for game, a cheeky one-of, but will it? Unless you're a real big fan of centaurs, I fucking doubt it, and I'm not. I hate centaurs. So as far as I'm concerned, this card can fuck off. Twice the cost of BLS, half the utility. Modern card design. Let's move on. Diabolantis, the menacing mantis, is probably one of the best names we're going to get in all year. And it's what seems to be a great card by itself. This is a level 8 insect synchro that needs generic materials to summon it. Its attack and defense don't really matter though, because this card is 112% extender. Its effects on summon will Foolish Burial any plant or insect monster from your deck, and in fact not just one, it'll actually send a number of insect or plants from your deck to the graveyard up to the number of non-tuners used for its synchro summon. And the other effect is that while you control it while it was synchro summoned, you can target a plant or insect monster you control and treat it as a tuner, and that does allow it to target itself. Now, my pea-brained singular brain cell saw this card and immediate neuron activation thought, send Gokipole in B-Trooper, because I am a simple man and I have very, very simple thoughts, I can assure you. But this is apparently actually so much more in regards to its potential, because pro players and non-pea-brained individuals, including the likes of Jesse Cotton as well as Jeff Jones, have posted combos showing some of the crazy stuff you can do with this card, going far beyond sending Gokipole to search a B-Trooper. How practical are the combos that they showcase? No, as practical as any combo, really. Sure, hand traps can stop them, but that's what hand traps do. By now, I've mentioned it too much, but unlike the Spell Chronicle hype of past, the hype for this card is far more legitimate, and I can say that even being a pea-brained fuck. Because Foolish Burial and Tuner Access are provably two strong things that have been reliable throughout the history of this game, so there is real potential for this to be a very good card in the future. And once again, I am proven to be very intelligent for realizing Tuner Foolish Burial is good. Truly, I'm a genius. Exceeds a Line is a new Quickplay spell, and if you ask me, is the real dud of these new cards here. On activation, you can declare a level from 1 to 12, then you target 2 monsters on the field, with at least one of them being yours. They both become that level, and then you're hit with a lock for the extra deck, but not an Exceeds lock like you might initially expect. Instead, you can only summon monsters from the extra deck with the same type as one of the targeted monsters. Now, you can summon from both targeted types, to be clear, as I understand it. It's just, you know, you're locked into whatever 2 types, or 1 type if both monsters are the same. This is either going to be really, really cool as a tech in a deck I don't expect, or absolutely useless, and you can guess which one I'm going to lean towards. I do suppose there's a level of comedy towards the notion of targeting a sprite monster and making it level 11 or something goofy. And maybe it's a really spicy tech, giving a deck access to Tzolk'in that they might not otherwise have, or making them able to bust out an Exceeds that would otherwise be inaccessible, like maybe giving Adamancipator access to Gorgonic Guardian. Will it make Adamancipator better if it does that? Not even remotely. Will your opponent see it coming if you do it? Not even remotely. Not much else to say here. It's a neg 1 that can only be as good as the monster it summons. So to say it's niche is saying the least amount of things possible, which I am. And for the last new card, it's Made to Order Mermaid Outfit Outfitter, which sounds like the name the card would have in the OCG, and then I'd read it and be like, well, that's not what it's gonna be called. But no, that's what it's called, which is kind of weird. What are we gonna shorten this to? Outfit? Yo, he's dropping his outfit on me? That's pretty sus. I don't think you should do that at locals. No shirt, no shoes, no service, JD's and Lentilman. But moving on, this card here is a normal spell card that will target any card in the opponent's graveyard and banish it, and then will let you add a copy of the same named card from your deck to your hand, all wrapped up with a hard ones per turn. Now, obviously, the first take is, I guess it's good in mirror matches, because I can search out the key cards of my archetype that my opponent has also already used. So, it's playable there. The question is it? Is it really? We're currently in a tier 0 format, more or less. I'll call it, yeah, fuck it, it's a tier 0 format. Do we think tier limits are gonna play this? Or are they just gonna keep on playing the good cards that do things when milled and promote their actual gameplay? I don't know. I feel like they're gonna keep playing just the good cards, and this might be a cute tech in some builds, but by no means the tech to play, because you can just play the cards that are actively doing something? I don't know. Just saying. Where I think it really shines isn't in searching mirror match cards in regards to specific archetypes, but instead techs, things that see rise and play depending on the format, such as Triple Tactics Talents or other similarly powerful spell cards, since this can banish any card and not just monsters. It'll still be a bit of a stretch for it to see play if you ask me, but that is utility that is unique to it otherwise. Because otherwise, it's just a weaker DD Crow, and if you aren't aware, there's functional DD Crows on steroids that are better DD Crows actively being played in the format that make this irrelevant in comparison. And that's it. So that's the new cards. Let's move on to today's sponsor. Shoutouts to today's sponsor, the LIFD Magnetic Display. This is a fantastic way to protect and display your favorite and most valuable cards. from a new DD Crow alternative to your new favorite card art from 2023. Or an old bag of chips that you don't want to get rid of. I don't know. You do you. Go off king or go off queen, whatever you'd prefer. Some women watch me. Copium. So if you'd like a way to display your favorite cards and support the channel, consider using promo code YGOStrats15 at checkout or click the link in the description of this video to save 15% off your purchase. Thank you as always to the LIFD Magnetic Display for sponsoring the channel, and as always, thanks to you for watching. And so that'll wrap it up for today's new card report. Just covering the new cards in this one. The regular update will be out tomorrow as usual. Until then, I've been your host, Gregory Feganite, and make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats for this week's update to impress your smoking Italian wife, and so you too can be a true duelist. Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the new card report, because I apparently do this like every week now.